It is Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Jackie Page, time to hop into a little girl talk, and sitting down at the girl talk table today for Marvel Television's Ironheart, which premieres on Disney Plus June the 24th. Actress Dominique Thorne, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Super excited to have you sitting down at the girl talk table today. Tell us about the series Ironheart.
Oh man, we are picking back up with Miss Riri Williams after the events in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. She's a young MIT student and engineer who very clearly caused some trouble, not only for herself, but for the rest of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And so she has to reckon with that. She has to reflect, and she's going back home to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will we see as far, without giving any spoilers?
Right.
How will we see her grow and evolve in this series without giving spoilers?
A fabulous question. She really is doing some internal reflection. I think she's realized that in order to be whoever it is she's going to be, whoever this Ironheart is that she's created, she really needs to be sure about who she is, before the world can really receive that. And so she's looking inward and hoping to get those answers and be honest with herself about what is the legacy that she wants to leave.
Are there any similarities between you and
any similarities? I would say we are both quite ambitious. Okay. I think that's probably the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Was it hard stepping into this role? I know you played it a little bit before. We got to see a little bit.
Yeah.
But actually, fully embodying this character, was it difficult?
Absolutely. I mean, it sure was a challenge because how do you set up a person without knowing the full scope of who they are going to be?
Yeah.
So as in, I knew that I was going to do Wakanda Forever before the series, but it's not like we had scripts to read and then, okay, I'm going to go do Wakanda Forever and then come back to the scripts. I didn't get the scripts until Wakanda was done and out in the world. And so wanting to make sure that I'm playing someone who's true to the comics and what folks love about that, but also new and fresh for today's world and for the truth of who I am as an actor.
Yeah.
But then to have that make sense with all of the journey that we were going to go in with the series, to have that come after the fact was definitely a bit of a challenge. But I think there was a great team of people around me to get that done.
Yeah. Taking it back just a little bit, when you got the phone call that, hey, we want to do a series and we want you to be the leading character.
Yeah.
What was that reaction when you got that phone call?
Oh my gosh, shock, awe. They had told me when I had auditioned for them years before that they wanted to work with me again. And I remember the first thing I thought was, oh, they meant it. Like, they were serious. You kind of hear it and you're like, okay, they're being polite. So that felt good to just know that I really did leave some kind of an impression that made them want to pursue some type of working relationship further.
Yeah. Ironheart is such an important character.
Amen.
For representation purposes. How do you feel about the impact that she's having on young Black girls? And I'm going to be completely honest, on Black women, because we don't see a lot of us when it comes to, we're starting to see it a lot more.
Yes.
But it's, again, very far few and in between.
Yeah. It's incredible. And I think it's really something special, to take care of. And I'm glad that the folks at Marvel have put people they've put us behind the camera and in the writing room and in front of the camera to do that job. That feels really good. And I think going to things like DreamCon that I went to a few weeks ago, or even just yesterday, we went to Spelman and there were some young engineers in the room, some women pursuing STEM, and it's just beautiful to really see their eyes light up when they realize, like, oh, like, this is becoming bigger than me. Like, it's not just something that I see or that I have inside, but now we're starting to get not just, real world, but also fictional examples of this. Like, we deserve to have the fake, the real, everything in between. We deserve to daydream about it. We deserve to dream as big as we can and to also achieve in real life. And so I love that, this is yet another area that's getting vibrant. It's
Yeah.
getting full in the way that it should be.
Yeah, and I love that you are able to step into the role
Amen.
and show Black women and girls, hey, we can do this. We got this. It's great.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And let's have fun while we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of having fun, if you had to design your own real life Ironheart suit, okay, what wild or unexpected feature would you add to the suit?
Built-in tea machine. Easy. Oh, yeah. You know, I don't know how it would work, but it would, because with the flying and all that,
Yeah.
but we would figure it out. You know, any pit stops would be like tea spots.
Yeah.
Tea stops. I love a little warm and cozy situation.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
What else do you have working on, or what else are you working on right now?
Oh, man. I am glad to be back stateside. I'm super curious to see what work is ahead. You know, I was fortunate enough to do so many beautiful things in the past few years. Made my Broadway debut, which was a big thing for me.
Congratulations, yeah.
Thank you. And now I feel like I'm kind of, you know, closing that chapter, opening a new chapter, maybe even a new book. So, you know, I really am curious to see what lies ahead.
Yeah.
Because I feel open and ready for it all.
Yeah, and we're going to be here supporting you.
Thank
So
you.
we're ready for everything. Family, the one, the only actress, Dominique Thorne, sitting down at the Girl Talk table. Where can people find you at on social media?
You can find me at Dominique Thorne on Instagram.
Go ahead and hit that follow button. Ironheart does premiere on Disney Plus June the 24th. Don't miss it. It's magic.